Welcome to Rich Conversations. We have another great episode. We have all the way from Dubai, Robin Newa. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chris, for the invitation.
Now we're recording this in December, and we were just talking about New Year's. Explain what you're gonna be doing on New Year's. This sounds so cool.
It's New Year time. I'm planning to go to the Burj Khalifa to watch the view of fireworks.
And this is the Burj Khalifa the tallest building in the world?
Yeah, exactly. It's the tallest building in the world. And for the New Year, they are planning to make a fireworks even better. Maybe they may set the world record.
So there's a world record. There's a world record for fireworks they want to break.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. How many times you been in the Burj Khalifa?
For only one time.
You went all the way up to the top?
I've been so busy here. Yeah. Probably got the vacation.
So you've been busy. You've been there once. So did you go to the top?
No, not top.
But pretty high up.
Yeah, it's not. We are not allowed to go to the top. But there's like 150th floor. We can. It's like we can allow it to go up to 150 like that.
Wow, that's still that's pretty high.
Yeah.
So how long have you lived in Dubai?
It's been a 9 month.
9 months. Where were you before this?
Yeah. I was in Nepal.
Nepal.
I was born in Nepal. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. So what's it been like living in Dubai?
It's very nice and amazing place for me, and lots of opportunity and amazing place. Really, it's a vibrant city with a multicultural.
Yeah. What's the general vibe of Dubai? Like in general?
In general, it's hot and it's really hot, and like people are here living in multicultural, so really it's like a what we call it, multinational country, we can call it.
Yeah, like a very it's a very international city, right? With people from all over the world, including yourself. Yeah. So what was it like growing up in Nepal?
It was like I'm from Nepal, Bharatpur. It's like a very hard situation. It was like it was a developing country, and we grow up with very less technology. And it was hard. It's like government and every political things are still going on there, and it's hard for living there.
So then what brought you to Dubai?
Yeah, I work in a company, marine company, for a year with online, and they sponsor me to visit in the UAE, Dubai. So they need my help, and I accept their sponsorship.
So what kind of skills do you use when working?
I work as a system administrator for a year in marine company, and for the work in skill I do graphic designing, photography, and brand promotion, and the technologies I use like cybersecurity skills.
Okay. How did you learn these skills?
It's a pretty long story, but I'll tell you in a short.
Tell me a story. I got time.
Yeah, sure. Basically, I'm from Nepal, where the technologies lacks and the pretty the place is very very difficult to live there. You cannot even get like electronic parts. If you want some electronic parts, really you need to round search for all the markets. Even it's hard to get it. So basically, what I did was when I was a child, uh, everyone gets the toys for playing,
Okay.
but the thing is, I was only the curious person. I never played it like other children. Like if the car is moving and the toys are moving, toy cars, remote control, how it works. Exactly, I was curious how it works. Like other children play like normally children, but I work as a, uh, I play as a like a kid scientist.
Yeah.
I was, yeah, how it works exactly when I was a child, and that curiosity takes plays a big role, and it plays very big role in my life. And from the childhood, I was about learning things like how it works. So basically, I started searching on the internet and opening the. I open all the screws of the car, remote control car, and I
Uh-huh.
see. I didn't even understand what was that moving motors and that in my childhood, but I learned it. Like
Wow.
it rotates right, and the car turns right like that, and it moves the right direction.
Wow.
So I was from the poor family. So basically, it was hard for me to learn the things because uh, for to learn the course or to get some course, it we need to pay fee.
Okay.
So what I did was I didn't have money and anything. So I basically start from scratch, from zero. I went to the place where people throw the waste. It's the dumping site.
Really?
Yeah,
So what
and
are you looking for when you're there?
I was looking for the electronic parts and uh, the gadgets and the things that people throw away. I pick up everything there, each and everything. I bring back it to my home and start to clean it and just unscrew it and open the things. And I start learning one by one what exactly is the what is the circuit board, what is the wire. It was
What age are you when you're doing this? When you started doing
uh,
this?
I was 10 years old.
All right. So you're 10 and then you're going to these sites where people are throwing things away and you're looking
Yeah,
for electronics.
yeah, exactly.
So then you're teaching yourself the circuit board, how things work. Uh yeah, explain more like that journey of like learning and
Yeah,
pursuing that
and the
curiosity.
journey begins. Journey begins like I want to be an engineer,
Nice.
and so basically I started collecting the things and from the broken parts. I collect everything and make a good product. Like that was 2014. I made a charger. It was a mm, charger from where you can charge your device from your friend's device.
Really?
Yeah,
So
and
you made a charger that you could use your friend's phone to charge your own phone?
yeah,
Wow.
and I didn't notice that, but in 2016, I noticed the same product on the Amazon. Uh, it was selling. The same product was selling after like 3 years. I was amazed by that thing.
So what's going through your mind when you see it, the same product that you created on Amazon?
I was shocked for a while. wow, how can it be? But I was happy, like, wow, I did something great. And it keeps motivating me. And about the computers, for me, I didn't have computers. So there will be a question like, how did you learn the graphic designing
Uh-huh.
and photography like that? I told you before, I collect the each and everything. So what I did was, one thing for the photography, I started with the mobile photography. I didn't even have a mobile at that time. So
So you don't have a
nothing.
phone, and you're gonna figure out how to edit
Yeah,
photos
nothing.
from
I
a
had
phone.
nothing. From zero, I
Yeah.
started, and I found a Nikon lens. It was a 50mm lens,
Okay.
and a phone, a Nokia phone. It was Nokia N10, like that.
Okay.
It was a very famous phone at that time, and it was all damaged. But I just unscrew it, and I started studying about it, and I repaired it. Exactly, it works. Like, I was amazed. Oh, how can it be? And
So
later
then,
on, mhm,
so then you found a lens, and then you figured out how to take photos with it or edit photos.
how to take photos first, because
Okay.
uh, from the lens I attach it to the mobile device.
And that's a pretty nice lens, right?
Yeah, it's a prime lens. It was nice for me because I found it on the waist. I picked it up and cleaned everything, and it was damaged, but I unlocked everything from phone, and I attached the lens into the phone, so it keeps me like it was like a DSLR now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Front display and back lens, and I started capturing the photos, and like I started taking pictures, learning photography from the scratch zero. I will like a
Oh.
camera. It's a camera.
So okay, so you built a charger, you built a camera. What other
Mhm.
things did you build?
Uh, and now for the editing, probably it's need a PC computer.
So then you built a computer.
Yeah, sure.
So how did you build the computer?
uh, I found some parts from the dumping site. So I collect the motherboards and RAMs, hard disks, and the displays
You
and
found all those
everything.
things at the dumping site.
Yeah, I
Really?
found it. Yeah, because in Nepal, uh, it's high chance to get these types of things because people once used, uh, and they try to repair it. So if they can't repair it, it is impossible to rebuild the thing again because we.
So
Mhm.
so were people thinking that these parts were no good anymore and they
Yeah,
had no
exactly.
use for them? Yeah.
Yeah, because our country lacks of resource, so it's hard to find the parts of the electronic parts. We need. We can't even order from the international like Amazons and other.
So there's not something over in Nepal that you can
Yeah,
find products
not
easily?
easily.
Okay. So then once
Yeah.
you put together this computer, what things were you using it for?
Uh, First, it was very slow computer for me, so I need to make it faster.
Okay.
I've installed the antivirus, and one thing about in our country is we can use any kind of software, and it's legal. Like you can hack, you can crack it. Use the piracy softwares, movies, anything
Okay.
are available for free,
Okay. Well, that's helpful.
and that was very helpful for me. because I got chance to learn so many software which cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah. What kinds of software are you did you get that you use most?
There I use Photoshop,
Of course. Yeah.
Lightrooms. I started using it, but the computer was very slow. So
Okay.
I need to wait for like 30 minutes for one editing. Like if you turn on the brightness little bit high,
Hmm.
I need to wait for 30 minutes. Like the PC was very old and slow.
Yeah. So you put
Like
this
it looks.
computer together, but
Mhm.
it's slow, right?
Yeah.
So you have to wait like 30 minutes for like a program to start operating or to like,
Y- Yeah, it's programmed to operate for it took 30 minutes and mostly it hangs all the time.
so how frustrating was that?
It was very frustrating. Like sometimes the software has forced to close
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
it
you have to do
was
that over
like,
and over. Did you do anything to speed
yeah,
it up?
I tried to clean up its junk file and I try to find the other RAMs, try to increase its RAM
Uh-huh.
capacity. And later on, the I was interested in technology, so I was very interested as well in cybersecurity because I want to survive at that time.
Hmm.
So I didn't even pay the bills of my internet around 8 years. For the 8 years, I didn't pay.
Really?
Yeah, because I told you I made a computer. So from the computer, I start learning hacking because
Which led you into cybersecurity.
yeah, I need to survive anyhow. So what should I do? I didn't have option. I didn't have money.
Yeah.
So I started hacking. I installed the mm, black box. At that time, I installed the black box that is operating system Linux.
Okay.
And later on, uh, I installed Parrot security, and it was a nice interface. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a green terminal, black background.
Yeah.
It feels like it gives vibes for hackers. Oh wow.
So, okay. So then you're developing all these different skills and you're learning how all these things work. At what point did you say, I want to pursue these things? And like, where should I go to do this?
Mm, at first, uh, my dream was to be an engineer
Hmm.
because I all built so many things, my passions, and about I want to go to the NASA and do some crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
But the problem was I was from the poor background, so it's hard to it's hard for me to pay the fee for the school.
Okay.
So it's difficult to get an education in Nepal. And for me, at my school days, I did like our school starts from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay.
So from 9 to 5, I go to the school, study, and from 5 p.m. to 8, uh, I was like 8 to 9 p.m., 5 to 9 p.m. I was into the sports.
Okay.
I like running marathons and footballs. So
Okay.
I play there at that time, and I had a dinner at night, and I started learning those previous things, gadgets, making gadgets, learning electronics from like 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. morning.
Really?
Yeah, and I sleep around like 7-8 hours when I was very young.
Mhm.
I woke up at 7 p.m. No, I woke up at 7 a.m. and start doing a little bit homework. I never did the homework.
You never did homework.
Yeah. And things are going well. I didn't get a very high grade, like good marks. I failed in mathematics and so many things.
Yeah, if you want to be an engineer, you kind of need to
Yeah,
pass
exactly.
maths, right?
Math. Yeah, exactly. So at that time, I was from the it was frustrating for me for not getting a high good marks. How can I be an engineer?
Yeah.
And so only one thing I was curious about my life was there is something that I need to understand, not only the maths, not only the engineer, but there is something that pushes me all the time upwards. And even I feel it something is motivating, something is pushing me a background. And I was feeling so supernatural. What was that? And I searched a lot. But in my personal life, I met a God.
You
And
met God, you said?
yeah, it's my personal experience. And and every time I believe in Jesus now, and I started studying Bible.
So how
And
how has that helped you?
yeah, it was like, and I started to follow the Bible principles and pray. And it in the Bible there are written pray before you do something, like that. And I started to trying something like I started building something, computers or something. I start to pray before I build, and so
Really?
something works. Like people throw their devices, mobile devices, and I pick them up, I clean them, I pray before I repair it.
Really?
Once the service center in our country,
Uh-huh.
they throw it, they throw the mobiles, and I was amazed why you are throwing this device. And they told me like it's impossible to repair. And just give me a second, give me that device, I will
Yeah,
repair
give it
it.
to me. We'll see how impossible it is.
We will see it, yeah. And they were like, "Are you mad?" And just give it to me. They give it to me. I pray and like uh, it works now. Mobile device. I give them the same device. I repaired it, and they were surprised. How can it be possible?
Divine
So
inspiration, hey?
yeah, and in my secondary school, I failed. I failed, and I again gave the math exam. Like grade 10, I failed in math.
So you
And
failed in math
in a,
again, the next school you go to.
yeah, yeah, and there's a different kinds of education system in our country. So after the secondary school, we have to go to the high school in every country. Our country is also the same, but the thing is the education system is different. Like if you study, if you have a less marks, and if you have less marks, you cannot study science in high school. You cannot take any science subject.
Really? So if you don't get good
Yeah,
grades originally, then you can't keep pursuing that.
yeah.
Interesting.
Just for commerce and educations are available. Educations, uh, that types of things, but not for the engineering and science stuff.
Okay. So then
So
so then you're not in those
yeah,
classes anymore?
not I exactly. It was impossible because I didn't have a good grade. I failed and passed, and it was not accepted.
So then
I
what are
went
you
to
doing? What are you doing in school when you're there like you said 9 to 5. So if you're not
Yeah,
taking science classes, what classes are you taking? And you're
I
not
was
doing any
taking,
homework either. What are you doing in school?
yeah, I save time. I learn something new every day. Like I
Really?
bring every uh, parts of the electronics. I study them, how it works. I was not doing my own homework, and I skipping my homework, and I was studying electronic parts and the softwares
So were you doing some of that in school, or was this all outside of school that you were
all
learning?
outside the school, inside
Okay.
my home.
So then what are you doing in the classroom when if you're not doing the
In
homework or doing science classes? Well, like what do you
inside the classroom, I was just sitting inside the classroom, and I was learning what the teachers give me.
Okay.
And because I need to study too, but I was not focused on my study.
Yeah.
Just I passed some exams according to my presence of my classroom, because the teacher some gave me some notes and I study a little bit, but not much.
Huh. So
So
then
that's why Mhm.
go ahead.
Yeah, just I just pass like a minimum pass marks. I just cross.
Interesting. So then at what
And
point, like fast forward here, like at what point, because you're motivated to keep learning and keep building and keep
yeah,
figuring stuff out. At what point did you think moving to Dubai was an option? And like how did you go about doing that?
yeah. About it was my passion, so I didn't stop my learning, because at that time I choose commerce for the high school.
Mm-hmm.
So I choose commerce. I didn't get chance to get study involved in science and physics like that.
Okay.
But I passed my high school, and there was a computer class. I never studied computers, but I got my grade A in final examination without studying, because I had all the years of the experience.
Yeah.
Then one thing I noticed about my life was there is something beside me and something pushing me forward. And so no matter the place where I live, what I do, there is some things, there is a place for me, even not in Nepal or maybe somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I never stop my passion and my learning. So I, I passed my high school. I failed mathematics again. So it's the time for the bachelor's.
Yeah.
So it was very low marks. Even now, I'm not accepted as a student in my country. I cannot study. So whatever I like there is a two place. There is a two place, two categories. One is for the commerce and one is for the science. I told you, science
Yeah.
students can only take engineering. They can take anything. Like they can choose MBBS degree, engineering degree, and management degree. But for the commerce, they only get chance for like education and uh, bachelor's in business administration, like that, not in an
Okay.
engineering degree. So there is a difference. So what I did was I was very interested in science and technology. So my grade marks is not good. People in our country, people from judge students according to their marks,
Okay.
not by their experience. So it was very frustrating me. Everyone told me
So
like
it's
you cannot,
okay. Yeah. So it's judged
you
by
cannot.
these scores
Yeah,
instead of
yeah,
your actual like skills and experience.
yeah, exactly. So it was a very frustrating for me. People starts to judging me like you cannot do anything in your life, and but I didn't listen to them. But I just do whatever I like. Is I follow my passion, like collecting the terms, and I started learning and learning. And one thing I noticed was there was an IT class I'm about to join, and I joined it for 1 month. But my marks was not good in high school, so they rejected me. My university rejected
So
me
you
in
wanted to
our
take
country.
this IT class, but you
Yeah,
got
but they,
rejected because your scores are so low.
yeah,
Dang.
yeah, and I started searching on the internet. Maybe there must be some place which will accept me, not because of my grades, but because of my experience and something.
Yeah.
And I applied in a university in United States, University of the People. It's
Okay.
very nice, and I got the reply. If you got just pass, if you have a certificate of complete completion of your grade, high school grade,
Uh-huh.
you are accepted. Um, so they accepted me in a way like I was amazed, and I didn't know I was applying for a computer science degree because I love computers and technology stuff. But in our country, there is no computer science majors.
Really? So
So
there's no like computer science degrees
yeah,
or education?
yeah, there are computer science and information technologies, like other branches are there,
Yeah.
but not a pure science.
Okay.
So I was amazed, like how can they accept me even with my low grades?
Hmm.
And I thank to God first. And so after I got so many problems, so many things. My passion always pushes me forward, and I found it like I didn't know what was the computer science. I just applied like I want to study something computer stuff. I didn't know exactly what was the computer science about. For
Hmm.
later on, I get to know. I Google it. And later on, I know it was for like computer science is a core memory, core study of the technologies. And I
Okay.
was amazed, like, wow, it, these things are not in my country, and I'm still studying. And later on, my passion pushes me forward, and I found it like it is a software engineering. And if you study computer science, you are already a software engineer, and you
Yeah.
can go it, yeah, and you can go forward from for like computer scientist like that.
Huh. So
Uh, mhm.
okay, so you're now in university, and where is it located?
It is located in California.
Okay.
I'm studying online right now.
Okay, so it's an online school based in
Yeah,
America, right?
yeah.
Okay.
It's it's a pretty cool university. Uh, it's partnership with so many UC Berkeley, and it's the most amazing. Like it is partnership with many amazing universities in US, Canada, all over the world.
So you're taking classes there and you're working at the same time right now?
Yeah,
Okay. How did you get into your work?
I work from morning 8:30 to 6 p.m.
Uh-huh.
and get home at 7, and I start studying like 4 or 5 hours per day.
Yeah, so you got a quite a busy schedule there.
Yeah, but not quite as long as I see my background, I was sleeping in 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. morning.
Yeah. So you're used to this. Yeah, this is like right on track. Okay, so something I'm curious about is like, okay, so you're in Nepal and then
Mhm.
you go to this online university. Like at what point did you move to Dubai?
Uh,
And
I
like
worked
what
in
inspired that move? Yeah.
yeah, I didn't know. I was praying for like I need to go somewhere. I cannot stay here in my country because it's lack of resources, and I was tired of searching small parts in all over the place.
Hmm.
And I was praying for, and I was working in marine company.
Okay.
Uh, online, I was working online a year ago, and for a year I worked for them online, and they like me, and they sponsored. Uh, they gave a sponsorship visa to come to Dubai.
Okay. Nice. And so you've
And
been there for 9 months now?
yeah, I've been here for 9 months, and it's amazing for me.
Wow.
Like there are so many things are going on in Dubai. It's the fastest growing place here on earth.
What was your impression when you first got to Dubai?
First got I got to Dubai. mm, I was amazed by the technologies.
Yeah, that's a place where it seems like it prides itself on being the newest and the
Mhm.
biggest and the
Yeah.
brightest. Like I bet the technology there's got to be like a another planet in a way.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're blown away by just like the technology of the city.
Yeah, it was so amazing.
What was
And
your Yeah, go
mhm,
ahead.
I was amazed, and I sat on a plane for the first time, and like the jet engine was amazing. I was looking at the jet engine and the airplane engine.
Huh?
It sounds like a racing car. More than that, I was amazed by the how
So
these things
yeah.
can fly.
So what
I
so
want to
that
learn. Mhm.
that plane ride must have been quite an experience then.
Yeah.
What other uh what other experiences in Dubai have you found to be pretty shocking as far as the technology and how things work?
Um, Dubai is a very hottest place, so we got the air conditioner in the bus station, public places.
Okay.
So it's like our bus station is like middle of the road. In our bus stops and the public places are like in the middle of the road, and it's crazy to get a air conditioner in the middle of the road.
Yeah, so
It's
you said it's hot there.
around.
That's like one of the first things you
Mhm.
said. But they have air conditioning systems like all over the place,
Yeah,
even the bus stop in the middle of the road.
yeah. Bus stop is around 6 meters or 10 meters, like a box.
Okay.
And in the box we get air conditioner.
Huh.
So
What
it was. Mhm.
what things do you like to do for fun in Dubai? Or are you
And
just like too busy working and studying
and
and
yeah,
tinkering?
work. Yeah, I make some time my for to traveling. I like traveling here. Here are so many things to travel, like tallest building in the world and the museums, and the inside snow ski.
Inside snow ski. What's your
Yeah,
favorite museum
indoor.
there?
My favorite museum. Yeah, there's a place. It's Al Faidi name called. It is a place where our Sheikh, we call it Sheikh here, and he is the ruler of Dubai. He lived before there. His houses are there, and we learn so many cultures from the Arabic cultures, how houses are made, and the colors. And I'm happy to learn the things.
So is that like a history museum?
Yeah,
Okay. Nice. You learn any Arabic while you're there?
Arabic. Yeah, there's a famous saying called in the TikTok or Instagram. There are really famous thing going on. Habibi, come to Dubai. Yeah, that's like Habibi is in Arabic, like my love, come to
Yeah.
Dubai.
Come to Dubai. Wow. Um, what's something you're curious about recently?
Um, Recently, I'm
Yeah.
curious about to join. First, I need to complete my degree, bachelor's in computer science, and I'm curious about to join uh, for astronauts trainings, for going for the astronaut trainings. I was curious about astronomy and astrophotography like that. I met a friend. Um, he's now a selected astronaut from Brazil.
Really?
Yeah, I met him and on the Instagram. We are from the same university, and so he taught me so many things that I never learned.
So
Like there can be scholarship for astronaut training, and so many things are going on.
really
Yes, and another thing for me that makes me curious is like neuroscience. We need to
neuroscience.
study.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's also because I in our country I see so many people having a bad time, and I used to help the poor people, poor children, to teach them. I teach them drawings and the things they haven't seen before. So there are two options for me I made in my life, like to choose the to try for the astronauts first, and the second option is for the computational neuroscientist, and it's amazing
What's
because
what
mhm,
interests you about neuroscience?
uh, to make the robots that are controlled by brains.
Oh shoot. You want to learn about neuroscience so you can control robots?
Yeah,
Wow.
because when the technology meets the health and the physical things related to human beings, it's crazy because when we get involved in these things, I see I have a dream to make like hands and legs uh, that are artificial and give them as a gift to those who don't have hands and legs because they can walk like us, like natural human beings.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. What would you, what advice would you give people that are maybe like struggling
Mhm.
or finding it hard to be motivated or pursue their passions? What would you say to them or encourage them to
Uh,
do?
yeah, I will, I want to tell them like just never give up on anything you are looking for. Your passion have to awaken you every day. You don't need even alarm clock to wake up. Your passion will wake you up every day. And there will be some misunderstanding between finding the dreams and the situations going on. Like, you need to be a dreamer first, because without dreams and vision, we cannot do anything in our lives. So, like, to be a dreamer, uh, we can do something to become a dreamer. Like, if I would have told you 300 years ago, mm, if we are living around 300 or 400 years ago, and if I would have told you like a 30-ton metal object will fly from one side of Earth to another side, and you will call me a crazy, I'm having a miracle. Hey, how
Yeah.
can that be possible? A 30-ton metal object could fly? It's impossible. And land safely without even having a scratch. That's really, really difficult and impossible. So with thanks to the Wright brothers, we have airplanes now. And the Alexander Graham Bells have also the same problem. He is holding a brick-like object and talking to his relatives.
Yeah.
Everyone call him like, what crazy people are there?
So what's those are great words. What's something you're excited about for the next 2 years?
I'm excited about uh, uh, to learn the computer science programming and the technologies, to build myself up and to help others. I had a vision to help other childrens in our community, in our country. There are lacks of technologies and lacks of teaching as well. So I built an organization which are not in a public right now. I had made a page in Facebook, and some of my friends are working there. Like, its name is Hacker Civilization, and we help poor people, children in need, to provide them laptops and computers, the study materials, books, copies in the future. We are planning to do.
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah,
Well, I
because
want to
whatever I face in my childhood, I don't want to see others to do the same thing. I want to help.
where can we learn more information about that? Say that again.
It's Hacker Civilization in the Facebook and the Instagram. I'm currently developing it, and my friends are interested in my organization. And I want to build a community where people from all over the world can help their community by teaching, by providing materials, and to build an empire.
It's awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the show today, Robin. This has been fantastic. Thanks for sharing your
Yeah,
story with us.
thank you. Thank you. It was amazing for me as well.
Thank you.
The marks, the grades, or the papers of your results are just a paper. The main thing is your heart and your passions. If that's the thing. You need to wake up like, I can do anything in my life.
You have to have a lot of self-confidence to
Yeah.
to kind of block negativity that other people are saying
Yeah, exactly.
in general, or even about you specifically. You have to have that strength to be like, no, actually, I know I have something inside myself and I'm going to pursue it. Right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
There's an example, like hundreds of frogs are moving towards the home from somewhere seaside, and 5 of them fell into the very big hole dig, and everyone is watching from the upside and watching the 5 frogs downside. They are falling and they cannot get into the roads, they cannot come up, and the 95 frogs are saying to them, you will die now. You don't have option to come up. And the 5 frogs try to come up, but they cannot come. And so the 4 frogs die, and one remains. One keep pushing forward, pushing upwards, but it fails, and it try to go up. It fails, and 95 frogs are telling them like, you cannot do anything. Just your friends are dying. Your friends are already dead, and why you are trying? You cannot come up. But at last the frogs comes out, and the frogs was deaf. Like that frogs cannot hear any sound from outside. So we have to be like that. We have to be the thief for the world. Only your heart and your presence know you how to deal with this stuff. So we have to accept the positivity from the world and block the negativity. So like the frog that others die because of the listening to the other frog, but only one frogs come out and won. Like we have to do the same thing. We block the negativities from the other people, and the positivity we have to accept.
Yeah, that's awesome. I believe that, man. Yeah. Well, keep it up. Keep doing all the awesome things you're doing, and yeah, we'll keep in touch.